morning everyone, welcome back to another vlog. As you could probably tell from the thumbnail, for the next 3 days I'm going to be a college student. Well, kind of. I earned a scholarship to participate in a writers' conference, which is held at a college. The conference will last 4 days and 3 nights, therefore I'll be staying in a dorm for the very first time. Throughout the day, I'll be participating in workshops, read-alouds featuring various writers, and more. My chosen genre is journalism, which I'm very excited to learn more about. Now, let's finish up this morning routine, because we've got a couple hours on the road awaiting. Time for a dorm room tour. When you first walk in, you're greeted by a tiny kitchen. There's also a living room up front. This is the common area which the 4 bedrooms share. On your left, you'll find my bedroom. I was pleasantly surprised to see that each person had their own room. Now that you know the background, let's begin my adventure of living by myself for the very first time. The morning of my first day consisted mostly of welcome speeches and introductions. I attended some fun writing workshops, which will be continued throughout the rest of the week. After finishing the class, I returned to my dorm and edited some footage from earlier today. At around 5 p.m., we set off to the dining hall for dinner. Right as we stepped outside, it began pouring rain. Luckily, I brought a rain poncho. I quickly transformed myself into a giant trash bag and set out to face Mother Nature's worst weather. Honestly, the rain itself isn't actually that bad. What made it annoying was the fact that it would rain for 30-second intervals. The weather just kept switching from a drizzle to heavy winds, back to a drizzle, then some more wind, and finally pellets of hard rain. Honestly, it's not even raining right now. It's just really, really windy. I feel like I'm about to get blown away. Plastic bag and all. Alas, we made it to the dining hall, and what better reward than a nice dinner buffet? Well, nice isn't really how I would describe the food here, but it's still better than nothing. I got some pasta and mashed potatoes. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the two would mix together in the same plate. For my drink, I chose some classic lemonade. I also got some cucumbers because I felt bad for skipping out on veggies. After dinner, it was time for a reading panel featuring 2 famous writers. We got to hear them read out loud their poems, stories, and even comics. It was definitely an eye-opening experience. Hearing the poetry out loud was literally like listening to art. Then, we each got a soft pretzel with a side of cheese, which tasted like art. On our way back to the dorm, there was a beautiful sunset, the color of a soft-boiled egg yolk, the kind that you could only find in the finest ramen bowl. The nighttime breeze and dark tree silhouettes painted a calm and relaxing end to the day. Alright you guys, so right now it is pretty late and I'm going to go take a shower. My roommates are at trivia night, so I'm here at my dorm all by myself. So silly me, I forgot to bring a shower bag, so I'm just going to use this Disney bag. I'm supposed to store my dirty clothes in it, but I guess I'll just put my laundry stuff in here for now, but tomorrow I'm gonna have to figure out an alternative. Alrighty guys, so I am all showered and done, basically ready to sleep, but I'm just gonna finish editing today's portion of the vlog. That way I'll pretty much be done with the video by the time this trip is over. But today's been really fun and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! I woke up to an ear-piercing alarm clock buzz. I'm not joking, I literally jumped out of my bed to turn it off, fearing it would wake up my roommates. The good news is, since I woke up early, I got first dibs on the bathroom. Speaking of the bathroom, one thing you should definitely know is that the lights are controlled by a timer, like a cooking timer glued to the wall. And if you don't twist it far enough, you can probably guess what'll happen. Yep, it turns off. At least I wasn't in the middle of a shower. Before leaving for breakfast, I packed my backpack. Along with the chargers, face mask, and my name tag, I'm also bringing a laptop. I like finding random moments in the day to edit videos, which will make my life much easier when I get home. Breakfast was honestly pretty good. As you can probably guess, I thoroughly enjoyed the tater tots. For the rest of the day, I participated in more reading panels, lessons, and workshops. We learned how to interview efficiently and practiced writing narrative journalism. We finished off with game night, which was filled with food, fun, and many rounds of Mafia. This was by far the most joyous event of my whole trip. Even as we walked under the pearly white moon, I couldn't help but grin the whole way back to our dorms. To save time while my roommates were showering, I brushed my teeth in the kitchen. It was definitely interesting, which the intern described as a, quote, good college experience. Oh, and this showering gear is just so cool. I have no words. This morning, I decided to skip out on recording my morning routine, partially because you guys have seen it way too many times by now, and also because I woke up with only 20 minutes to spare. Breakfast was pretty good, like yesterday. Honestly, I'd vote for breakfast buffets all day long. The only exception was the odd sausage patty texture, which was almost bouncy when I attempted to cut it with my fork. After eating, we proceeded with the normal day schedule, which consisted of reading panels, college essay classes, and participating in workshops. In the evening, we had an open mic event, which is when students can read their poems, short stories, essays, or whatever they want. And guys, guess who signed up? Yeah, I did. I signed up. Past the bustling city streets, shop vendors selling dates, and numerous barber shops lived my grandparents. Grandma sitting behind her sewing machine, the needles pecking a syncopated beat as she pushes the cloth through. Grandpa standing outside on the red cobblestone, smoking a cigarette. My mom claims that because of Grandpa's quick temper, he and Grandma fight often. I don't believe her. When I watch my grandparents argue, it rarely lasts more than 30 seconds. He storms off in one direction and she goes the other. But if you watch for 5 more minutes, you'll see Grandpa putting on his shoes, setting out to buy all the milk, bread, and meat Grandma requested. He'll bring the groceries back as quick as he left and eat up each meal with appreciation like no one else. His temper can melt away like ice, and frozen underneath, flaming love and loyalty to my grandma. Thank you. Alright guys, that concludes the vlog for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go take a shower and then head on to bed because tomorrow is my last day here and I do not want to be running on little sleep. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. This morning, right after waking up, I started packing away my bed. The morning routine was the same as usual, except everything I used was then promptly put away in my suitcase. After breakfast, we participated in our final day of panels, readings, and workshops. I returned back to my dorm in the evening to officially pack up my things. Overall, I have to say that this trip was amazing in so many different ways. I came to the conference expecting to learn about writing, sleep in a dorm for the first time, and eat really great food, and just about nothing else. Yes, in some ways everything did go as expected. I learned a lot about journalism, but I didn't expect to be so mesmerized and inspired by the talented authors during the reading panels. I did sleep in a dorm, but I didn't realize I would also learn the little tricks to becoming independent. And when it came to dining, it wasn't the food that was amazing, but rather the freedom to walk from dorms to houses to the dining halls whenever I wanted. During this conference, I got a glance at what it was like being a college student, a passionate writer, a journalist, and a well-spoken person. Even though the trip only lasted 4 days, these lessons are imprinted in me for a lifetime.